Welcome back guys to another video. In this video I want to show you my code, or explain the code on how to create this flashing effect with the graphics and the light. So in the previous video we created the function for the random position, the random texture, and we also put in our variables, but I thought it would take a long time for me to type all this out in a video and to explain it to you. It'll be a lot simpler if I just go through it here and show you how it works basically. So the start function is quite important. We want to set up a couple of things when the script first gets loaded. That we want the cursor to hide, so screen show cursor equals false, and we want to set up the relationship between our gun flash point and our flash graphic with the objects in the scene. So gun flash point, gun flash graphic. So the gun flash point is somewhere in here. There it is. So it's a point that's parented to the gun that will always follow the gun. So this point is going to be a reference point. The graphic is also going to follow the gun, and this is the board which is going to display our random textures of the gun, of the flashing of the gun. So these are the two objects, and the other thing is to create the light itself, the light objects that's going to follow the flash point. Again, create a new game object. We're going to call it gun flash. Add the component of a light component. We're going to give it the color we created up here, so the light yellow, almost a white color. The intensity is 0 because we don't want the light to show, and the graphic, the gun flash graphics, we don't want them to show either, so renderer enabled equals false. And when we start the game, as you can see, we can't see any lights, we can't see any graphics, so it's almost as if they're not there, and that's how it starts. So the main bulk of this is in the update function. So on every frame we want to control the position of the light. We want to update it to exactly the same position as the reference point, the flash point. That's why it's so important, so the light follows it basically. And the mouse is not down or anything, so if the gun flash life is true, don't show the light, don't show the graphics, because the mouse is not down, the user is not shooting. And the gun flash life is just a boolean, guys. I declared up here. It basically controls if the light is on or off. So if the light is on, this is going to be true basically. So in the previous frame it was on, so we want to turn it off because the mouse button's not down. But when the mouse button is down and the light was on the previous frame, we also want to turn it off because we want to get this flashing effect going. And if the light is on 2 frames in a row, that will be too long for the flash. So even if the mouse button's down, we want to turn it off. And in the next frame, even when the gun is off, we're going to turn it back on again. But we're not just going to do that. We're going to generate a random position and assign it. So we're using the function we created down here. A random intensity, give it a random range as well. So this is randomizing the light, guys, and we also want to enable the graphic and give it a random texture using our random textures function as well. So that is renderer.material.main_texture. And the most important thing, toggle the gun flash life to true, so the light is now back on again. So as you can see, on every single frame, as long as the mouse button's down, there'll be a flashing effect going on. It'll go true to false and true to false to create the flash effect. And that is that, I think, guys. That's everything. I put this on unitychatchannel.com so you can follow it and learn it if you like. Let's save it out. Let's play the game again. So when the mouse button's held down, the gun flash life goes from true to false and randomizes every frame. And it looks really good. There's a really dynamic feel to the light going on. So the last thing is the crosshairs, and the crosshairs are so simple. I've just got a texture of a crosshair here, put it in the scene. If I can find it, there it is, crosshairs. So the pixel inset 0, 0, the width 52 by 52. And it doesn't move or anything, it just sits right in the center of the screen all the time. And it's as simple as that. So that's the crosshairs. But I thought I'd mention it just in case. And Again, I put this on unitychatterchannel.com. I also put the demo on, guys, so that this demo will now be playable on unitychatterchannel.com. So if you want to suggest something for the future, let me know. Alright, guys. So as a side note, you know this capsule thing here, which is called graphics. Assign it to the guides layer, so it's never going to show in our scene. So this is just a guide, so we know where our player is, basically. And anything else worth mentioning? Make sure your graphic and your flash point are in the player layer, so only our second camera can see that. Don't want it to be duplicated. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll keep finding new things to talk about. These gun flashes are really easy to make. Just draw a random shape in Photoshop and give it an outer glow, a kind of yellow outer glow, and simple as that. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I'll see you in the next video.